Good morning, students. And we will move on to diagnostic tests in cardiac system or cardiovascular system. Um, the first very important thing is cardiac enzymes. So we will move on one by one. I'm sure that you have studied cardiac enzymes in the enzymology in biochemistry. I hope so. Okay, so you should remember those things, and we will be discussing related to cardiac point of view. Okay, so if we see what is cardiac enzymes, we all know enzymes are protein molecules which are found in our blood. Okay, markers are normally present at all times. However, they are significantly elevated during any damage to the heart muscle. So, all the cardiac enzymes, what we are going to discuss, usually present very minimal normally in the blood. So, when there is any problem with the heart muscles or injury to the heart, what happens? The enzymes will be elevated. So, there are very basic few elements which are being a main diagnostic tests in cardiac diseases. So, if we see definition, cardiac biomarkers are protein molecules released into the bloodstream from damaged heart muscle. Okay, so when there is damage in the heart muscles, these protein molecules are released into the bloodstream more than the normal. So, there are different types of cardiac markers. The very important few markers are troponin I and troponin T. So I and T, there are two different types of coenzymes of troponin. Okay, CKMB, that is creatinine kinase, LDH, that is lactic dehydrogenase, myoglobin, and BNP, that is brain natriuretic peptide, and AST, aspartate transaminase. So we'll see one by one. So first one is troponin. It's a contractile protein. Any problem with the contractile ability of the cardiac muscle, the troponin is released. There are two types of troponin, that is I and T. So each hospital has different systems. So some hospitals they may use TROP-I, or some of the hospitals they may say their confirmatory diagnosis is TROP-T. So it depends upon this raise of the enzymes. So usually when immediately after the heart attack, okay, what happens, the rise of troponin I happens within 3 to 4 hours, whereas trop T is 4 to 6 hours. So one advantage is you can immediately recognize when you do a trop I. Even in late timings, 6 hours it will be raised, so you can identify in trop T. So depends upon the um, policy of the heart, policy of the hospital, they use this enzyme trop-I or trop-T. Okay, the peak of the enzymes raised of around 24 hours, whereas here it comes down after 18 hours. Okay, so troponin is of two types. It's a contractile protein, troponin I and troponin T. Usually in hospitals they say trop-I and trop-T tests. Okay, you should know what is the rise and peak of the troponins. The next one is creatinine kinase or creatine phosphokinase. There are different types of creatinine kinase available, MBBB. Okay, and what happens? Some of them released from the skeletal muscles, some of them released from the cardiac muscles, or some of them released from the brain tissues. So here CKMB is a specific test for myocardial or heart damage. Okay, creatinine phosphokinase MB is a coenzyme which is used in the myocardial infarction. Very highly specific. If the CKMB is increased along with the trop-I, confirms the myocardial infarction. So the normal is 15 to 100 units per liter. The raise will happen, that is after the infarction or injury, within 4 to 6 hours the CKMB raises and stays peak for 24 hours. It means it raises high and stays for 24 hours, and after that it comes down. So the graph will be like this. Okay, and the raise will happen maximum of 24 hours and comes down later. Okay, so creatine CPK, that is creatinine phosphokinase or CKMB. So CPK and CKMB, we can check it for patients with myocardial infarctions. The next one is lactic dehydrogenase. It's a common enzyme which increases due to any kind of tissue damages. Okay, there are of two types, LDH1 and LDH2. That means coenzymes. So LDH is an enzyme and there are two coenzymes like LDH1 and 2. Normally in our body LDH2 is greater than LDH1. Okay, during myocardial infarction, that is MI, what happens? The LDH1 raises than the LDH2. So that indicates myocardial infarction. But usually they will, you can see in the lab test LDH done, which is increased in myocardial infarction patients. The raise happens like the peak happens 48 to 72 hours. It will be increased in the blood for around 2 days. The normal value is 100 to 200 units per liter. Sometimes in myocardial infarction it will be more than 200. LDH1 we are talking about. Okay, lactic dehydrogenase. The next one is myoglobin. So myoglobin is a muscle protein. So any kind of muscle injury, this myoglobin raises. Okay, it is not specific for cardiac muscle, but it is for all muscle, all kind of muscle injury. So it is not very specific for cardiac muscle injury. So they won't do much, but in some hospitals they may do it. It is a high sensitivity muscle protein. So elevated in all muscle injury, even if you have a fracture, if there is a muscle injury, this myoglobin raises. Okay, the raising happens within 1 to 4 hours and the peak it stays like 6 to 12 hours. Okay, but it's not very specific cardiac test, but we can use it. The next one is BNP, which is very important enzyme, that is brain type natriuretic peptide, or sometimes they say beta natriuretic peptide. Okay, it's an excellent marker for ventricular function. So what happens, the ventricles, if there is any damage, if they are not pumping, so especially in case of heart failure, when the heart cannot pump enough blood into the systemic circulation, this BNP raises. So where it is used effectively is, you are receiving a patient in casualty of severe breathing difficulty. Okay, this breathing difficulty may be related to a pulmonary problem or a cardiac problem. So you want to diagnose this patient as having a respiratory failure or a heart failure. The BNP is the best test done for this patient. So for example, you need to shift the patient to pulmonology unit or cardiac unit. So here comes the question. So whether the breathing difficulty is due to a heart failure or a respiratory failure, or a lung injury or whatever we want to know, we can do this BNP or pro BNP. So what is this? It should be usually it is less than 125 picogram per ml for patients age 74 years. Okay, less than 450 for patients age 75 to 99 because of the poor ventricular function. If it is more than this, even I have noticed patients with thousands picogram per ml, 1056, 1080, okay, that is 1800. So in that cases they have severe heart failure. Okay, so pro BNP or brain natriuretic peptide or beta natriuretic peptide is an excellent marker for ventricular function, which is used in case of heart failure. Okay, the next one is aspartate transaminase, less commonly used enzyme test, that is AST, which is elevated in my MI. So myocardial infarction patients, AST, when you check, it will be elevated also. Okay, the normal value is 8 to 20 units per liter. It will be raised in case of myocardial infarction. So these are all the enzymes used in cardiac related injury or tests. So cardiac enzymes is very important. When a patient comes with chest pain to the casualty, the first thing what you should do is you have to check the vitals, including the saturation, hook the patient on oxygen. Okay, put them on cardiac monitor and see the ECG rhythm. Do a 12 lead ECG and send the patient's blood for cardiac enzymes, because you have to make sure whether this pain is related to myocardial damage. So for what are all the enzymes which are comes under cardiac enzymes is troponin I and T, which are very, very important. Is a high specific cardiac enzyme. In some hospital they use TROP-I, or some hospital they use TROP-T. CKMB, okay, lactic dehydrogenase, that is LDH, myoglobin, BNP or pro-BNP, and AST. Okay, myoglobin is very common one in all kind of muscle injury, so not specific to cardiac muscle. BNP is specifically used in case of heart failure patients, okay, not myocardial infarction. So but patient with myocardial infarction and heart failure, the pro-BNP will be very high. Clear? So we'll move on to the nurse's responsibility. So what is your role? Identify the patient properly, check the doctor's order. So check what type of enzyme they want to test. Collect sample in sterile technique and send to lab immediately, as it is an emergency test with proper label. Inform the physician when the reports are ready without delay. This is very, very important. You have to show the report whether it is negative or positive to the physician. Make the patient comfortable and continuously monitor the patient's hemodynamic status and cardiac status. Clear? So we'll stop this and we'll move on to the next diagnosis.